The Conjuring franchise has been keeping horror fans on the edge of their seats for nearly a decade now, and with the release of each new installment, the stakes only seem to get higher. The latest entry, The Conjuring: Last Rites, promises to further up the ante with the return of our favorite demon-fighting duo, Ed and Lorraine Warren. But what can we expect from this fourth outing? Will it be the Warrens' final stand? And just how terrifying will things get? In this video, we'll break down everything we need to know about The Conjuring: Last Rites so far, from the plot to the cast to the release date. So hold on tight and prepare to be scared. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to our channel, turn on the notifications, and like this video. Let's begin. The Conjuring 4 plot. First, let's discuss what we know about the plot for Conjuring 4. The latest updates on The Conjuring 4 came on September 8, 2023, shortly after the release of The Nun 2. In an interview with /Film, the director discussed the connections between The Conjuring 4 and the conclusion of The Nun 2, but also mentioned that the script and the final story for the fourth movie in the Conjuring franchise are still being developed. The upcoming movie, The Conjuring: Last Rites, may either continue the story of the previous movie in the franchise, The Devil Made Me Do It, or explore the Warrens' past by depicting their exorcism of Maurice from The Nun before the events of the first Conjuring movie. Let's talk about both options. The Devil Made Me Do It, the latest movie in the franchise, concluded in 1981 following the trial of Arne Johnson. It would make sense for the couple's next case to be the one they worked on after that year to maintain a chronological timeline. We know that during the 1980s, the Warrens had several cases that could be the basis for the next movie's storyline. In 1986, they worked on a case that later inspired the 2009 film The Haunting in Connecticut, loosely based on it. To keep this series interesting, the producers may avoid the Warrens' more well-known cases. There are a few notable investigations that the upcoming movie could be based on after 1981. One of them is the Snedeker House of 1986. It was a funeral home that was infested with demons, which ultimately resulted in a family being haunted. Another investigation, conducted by the Warrens, could be the Smurl haunting. Jack and Janet Smurl claimed a demon lived in their home until 1989. In the last film, we were introduced to the occultist who, despite not surviving the film, reminded us of a particular cult in the Conjuring verse. She was a member of the Disciples of Ram. Before The Conjuring 3, the Disciples of Ram were only briefly mentioned in the franchise. Their general goal is to summon more demons into the world. This leads us back to Valak and the lore we learned from The Nun 2, which could also mean a prequel movie is coming. If you have watched all of the Conjuring movies, you would know that the Warrens encounter Maurice in the late 1960s when Valak possesses him once again. This event is crucial in the timeline and could mean we might get an entire movie dedicated to this pivotal moment. We might also see the Disciples of Ram make an appearance again, since Valak was banished in The Nun 2 and needs some assistance in getting back into his host. However, all the speculation regarding the plot is just that, speculation. The story for The Conjuring 4 is being kept under wraps. In fact, while talking to /Film, the Nun 2 director Michael Chavez hinted that the new film could be either a prequel or a sequel. As of now, we don't have much information about the plot of Conjuring 4, but one thing is for sure, it's going to be absolutely terrifying. We can only imagine what spine-chilling twists and turns the writers and directors have in store for us. Release date. Now, let's talk about the release date of Conjuring 4. The Warrens were last seen in action in 2021 when they confronted Isla the Occultist in The Devil Made Me Do It. The movie was released simultaneously in theaters and on HBO Max, but the same strategy won't be applied to Last Rites. Warner Bros. CEO David Zaslav has prioritized the theatrical experience, so the fourth installment of the franchise will only be shown in theaters before being made available on streaming platforms. As of December 2023, a release date for The Conjuring 4 has yet to be confirmed. However, it is expected to be released sometime in 2025. Additionally, since the sequel to the Conjuring spin-off, The Nun 2, was released on September 8, 2023, it is unlikely that the studio would release two Conjuring movies so close together. According to a report by Deadline, David Leslie Johnson McGoldrick will return as the screenwriter for The Conjuring 4 after penning the second and third movies in the franchise. James Wan and Peter Safran, who served as producers on all 3 previous Conjuring films, will also return in that role. Cast. Let's discuss the cast of the upcoming movie, The Conjuring 4. So far, only 2 actors have been confirmed to be a part of the cast. Patrick Wilson will play the role of Ed Warren, and Vera Farmiga will play Lorraine Warren. Judy Warren, their daughter, might also make an appearance in the movie, but the actress who will play her is yet to be confirmed. Sterling Jarrens played the role of Judy Warren in the previous 2 movies of the series, The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2. The actress who played the role in Annabelle was replaced by McKenna Grace in the movie Annabelle Comes Home. In The Conjuring 4, there will be an entirely new set of characters as the Warrens take on another supernatural case. The Conjuring universe has been successful and is considered a lucrative franchise by Warner Bros. As a result, the new sequel, The Conjuring Last Rites, has been officially announced. Is The Conjuring Last Rites the final Conjuring movie? The title of the 4th Conjuring movie, Last Rites, may refer to the religious ritual performed among certain Christian denominations when someone is dying. However, it is also possible that the movie marks the end of the Ed and Lorraine saga. Warner Bros. Has announced plans to create an HBO Max series set in the Conjuring universe, with the show's creators confirming that it will continue the story established in the feature films. In a recent interview with Collider, James Wan revealed some exciting details about the future of the Conjuring franchise. The filmmaker hinted that the latest installment, which features Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, might be the last time the actors portray the Warrens on screen. Wan explained that the team behind the Conjuring films is very attentive to the quality of the franchise, and they want to make sure they take the time to get everything right. This means that they have to ensure the emotions of the Warrens' story are accurately portrayed and that the potential wrap-up is handled with care. We are very precious about the Conjuring films, and so we kind of want to just take our time to make sure we get it right, and to make sure the emotion of the Warren stories that we want to tell and moving into and potentially wrapping up, we just want to make sure that it's the right thing, the right story that we're telling, Wan said. During an interview, Wan mentioned that the Warren saga may be coming to an end. However, when the producer was asked if this would be the last installment, he responded by saying, "We never know. You never know. We'll see." So, it's unclear whether or not the Warrens will continue to appear on theater screens. At this point, we cannot say for certain if we will get to see Ed and Lorraine Warren again. While this may disappoint some fans, it's clear that the team behind the Conjuring franchise is committed to delivering a satisfying conclusion to the Warrens' story. It's worth noting that The Conjuring 4 won't be the end of the franchise. According to reports, a new Conjuring TV show is being developed by HBO Max, now just Max, and it will pick up where the movies left off, continuing the story. Currently, not much is known about the Conjuring TV show, other than its announcement on April 12, 2023. However, the series is intended to carry on the story from where the movies left off. That's all we have on The Conjuring 4 for now. With the release date yet to be announced, fans of the franchise will have to wait a little longer to experience the horrors that await them. The Conjuring 4 will take you on a journey to the depths of darkness, where evil lurks at every corner and terror reigns supreme. So brace yourselves and get ready for a ride you will never forget. That's all we have for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.